Welcome back to my channel. Welcome here if you're new. I am joined today by my kitty cat, Thea, who does not like being picked up, but her tail keeps swishing the camera, so you should all at least get to see her. Meant to post a couple weeks ago, and then I was away, and then I was sick, and then my partner was sick, and so just nothing got done, and that's okay. Very little reading got done, very little writing got done, and very little filming got done. And by very little filming, I mean no filming. And my cat just wants attention. That's where we're at right now. And that's okay. But today, I am going to be ranking popular Ao3 tags because I spend about as much time on Ao3 as I do with a book open in my lap. So I'm always reading something. It's either a book or it's fan fiction, probably in about equal amounts. I also write a stupid amount of fan fiction. I've written over 200 works, some of which are longer, but most of which are just short ones. I thought it would be fun to rank a bunch of popular tags and share my terribly unpopular opinions and make everyone hate me. My girlfriend put a whole bunch of them onto sticky notes, so I don't know what's on here. I made a tier list and I'm going to stick them onto their spots, but I have no idea what I'm even going to find in here because I told her to do it without my knowledge and surprise me. So hopefully I at least know what they all are, because I'm scared that I'm going to hit something that's like something I haven't encountered in the stories that I'm reading. And I'll be like, I don't even know what this is. This hasn't come up for me.
I don't know if you've read them all, but you should at least know what all of them are.
I should know. Okay.
Yeah.
She's in the room with me, sitting in the chair crocheting. You can't see her. She's not in frame. Oh, sorry. She's knitting. My bad. I can't tell the difference. Anyway, the tiers are, and I made them in a nice little rainbow because I'm gay, and also because I had rainbow colors. Top tier, it's my absolute favorites, where if I see this tag, I will, if I won't click on it, I'll at least heavily think about clicking on it, because depending on other things, there's always going to be possible things that might deter me away from something, but things that I'll be like, ooh, this looks good, even if there's other things I might not vibe with, I might click on it anyway, because I'm like, this is tropes I really enjoy, or tags I might actively seek out. So like, or just things I read a lot of that I'm like, I do love this. This is like, yes, 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 absolutely. So that's my top tier. My next tier is just ones, I like this. I enjoy it. Is it like something I'm like, yes, 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 absolutely, I need it, eating it, devouring it? No, but I enjoy it. I like it. I have a good time. I'll read more of it. My next one is Under the Right Circumstances. So sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It really heavily context dependent for the most part. Like, I mean, I guess anything I could like under the right circumstances or not like under the right circumstances, but things that are like really, really depends and I can't answer without more information kind of things. My next one, can take it or leave it. Like, I don't mind that it's there. I don't really care that it's there. I'm not seeking it out, but I'm not like not reading something because it contains it. It's kind of just present and I don't really have a strong opinion about that. Next one is things that aren't really my thing. Like, maybe I've read a bit of it or would read it if it was in something that otherwise looked interesting. But I don't really care for it. I'm not going to look for it. I'm probably going to scroll past it most of the time. It's just not my vibe. And my bottom tier is nope, I'm filtering these tags out. If one speaks fine, and if nope, we're leaving. Bye, out, exit. Hit the back button, find something else. Not saying they're like objectively bad or that I have any issue towards anyone who does read it. It's just not for me, and it's a nope for me. Everyone has their own nopes. There are going to be things in my favorites that I'm sure are going to be nopes for a lot of people, and that's okay. Everyone has different tastes. I'm not trying to hate on anyone's favorite things of being like, this is bad and you're bad for, absolutely not. Everyone's taste is valid, but everyone's taste is different. I'm sure a lot of people are going to think my taste is concerning. Well, it depends what's in here. Maybe no one's going to know about my terrible things. Are they going to know how terrible I am? You don't remember. Okay, awesome. We're going to find out together. Okay. I'm scared. Should I be scared?
I don't think so.
I feel scared.
It was pretty simple.
It was all simple. Nothing like scary.
Nothing too scary, no.
Nothing too scary. Nothing as concerning as the nonsense I'm writing.
I don't think so.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. First one, starting off strong. They're in alphabetical order, by the way. So that's the, like, she went to AO3 and just clicked tags and listed all the, well, not all of them. She broke down a bunch of the ones that were on there.
It filtered me to the most popular ones.
Yeah. Starting off, we have abduction.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're like, nothing too bad. Which I guess isn't that bad. I'm gonna put this in I like this. I feel like I read a lot of, like,
Kidnap stories.
not a lot of that, but, like, I've definitely not zero. I like the, like, I do enjoy, like, one character, like, you know, kidnap another character for whatever nefarious purposes. Like, that's fun. That's enjoyable. I like darker stories, I think, most of the time. I've definitely written some of this, so I like this. It's not like, you know, absolute, like, yes, favorite ever, but I do enjoy it. This is, no, I don't think it's favorite ever. There's other things that, like, are in a tier above that, I think. I like this. Because I don't always like, I don't know, nothing I always like. Okay, next one I have is action adventure. I don't know that I've read much, like, tagged with that. But I don't dislike, like, that kind of stuff. Because I read a lot of, like, just in general in books and stuff, like, I read a lot of, like, more, like, action heavy, like, spy thriller kind of stuff. I'm going to put Under the Right Circumstances because I like that kind of stuff, but I feel like I need a lot more context of, like, what kind of action and adventure are we talking about? Are we...
Because you don't want to go on a fantasy quest.
I don't want to go on a fantasy quest, but, like, let's go fight the bad guys. Like, let's, you know, go on epic spy quest kind of thing. Like, that's more my... Yeah, I need more information. Under the Right Circumstances, I vibe with this. Under the Right Circumstances, I don't vibe with this. Does that sound about right? Okay. Next one, angst. I like this. I read a lot of angst. I write a lot of angst. To the point where my girlfriend wonders if I'm okay. The answer is no. I definitely enjoy angsty fics a lot. I like to cry. I like to feel emotional. Next one we have, we're out of the A's and into the B's. Blood. Right? Nothing too bad.
It was one of the bold ones too. Like they had like older ones that were like bigger print, and then they had,
I guess,
like,
more popular.
ones. Yeah, I guess.
Or just whatever came up that day. I don't know. I don't really know how the tags page on AO3 works. If you know how it works, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I don't know, dude. I just work here. Anyway, blood. I'm putting this in I like this. This year's gonna fill up. Not because I like blood specifically, but usually what I feel like blood a lot of the time for me. Actually, no, I'm moving this under the right circumstances, because usually when I'm reading fics that contain blood, it's because there's like torture, fighting, violence, kind of like kicking the shit out of each other kind of thing. Like, it's usually torture. It's usually torture. I read a lot of torture fics. But I feel like blood could just as much be like medical shit. And I don't do well with medical shit.
You don't.
So I'm putting under the right circumstances, actually, because I don't really care about blood specifically itself one way or the other. But like under the right circumstances, like, yeah, it could be like vampire shit. I'm not really a vampire kind of girly. So yeah, no, under the right circumstances. Because my brain just goes to like, oh yeah, torture. I'm like, that wasn't the tag. That wasn't what I was asked for. Okay, bonding. So just like,
it just said bonding.
Okay. I'm going with can take it or leave it. I don't tend to go in for like more like fluffy, like everybody get along kind of things. But like, I don't mind like characters bonding over whatever. Like, I've definitely written some of that. I've definitely read some of that. Like, I don't dislike it, but I don't love it as much as like other things either. If that makes sense. This one just says canon related, and I don't know what that means.
From my understanding, it means it's not like fully canon, but it like maybe takes place in a set canon universe.
So then it is canon compliant or isn't. It just says canon related.
That's
so
just
like,
what it said on the thing.
Okay. I'm putting this in. I like this because I do tend to read things that are mostly either canon compliant or like at least based within the canon. I don't tend to read a lot of AUs that are like totally separate, creating their own world, like totally different kind of thing. I feel like most of like, if I'm reading like an alternate universe, it's more like building off of what already exists. Like, what if this happened instead of this? Or a universe where this part went differently or whatever, but like still based within a canon. Like, that's almost everything I read tends to be usually. Like, there's sometimes I venture out, but usually I don't. Next one just says canon universe. That feels within the same.
I don't know. They were two different ones.
They were two different ones. I'm putting it. What's the difference then? So I guess this is like within the canon. That's like more like adjacent to it.
I'm guessing.
Okay. I'm going to put it in the same spot. They can sit together up here. Same answer. Is she just staring under the door of my closet?
Is she hunting?
Thea, what are you looking for?
Maybe she's napping.
Is it my shoes? You gonna eat my shoes?
I think so.
She turned her head and looked at me when I asked her that. She's like, mind your business, bitch. Hi.
Thea's our grumpy old lady.
She's looking at my bows now.
She's our grumpy old lady in the house.
She is. Next one we have is crossovers and fandom fusions. I'm not really my thing. I've written a couple crossover things. A couple? I think I've just written one. No, I've written a couple. I've written a couple crossover things. I've read a couple crossover things. It's not really my thing. Every once in a while, maybe I'm like, okay, I specifically want like these things crossed over and I'll look for it and then I won't find anything. But generally speaking, I don't tend to go for crossovers unless I'm like really, really in a mood for a certain thing and I'll seek out that. But like that happens so sparingly that this is generally overall not much my vibe. But I don't hate it. Sometimes I like it every once in a blue moon, but generally when I'm looking at fics, I'll just filter out crossovers. Next one we have is crying, which is what I like to be doing while I'm reading fanfiction. Not always, actually. I don't really know that I like to do it, but it ends up happening all the time. How do I feel about crying? I'm going to put under the right circumstances. I think it depends. Why are we crying? Because, like, I think it depends. Because crying could be a good thing, too. Like, happy tears are, like, a thing. I don't want people to be happy. I want them to be in pain. I'm a terrible person. That's what we're learning today. So what everyone watching is going to learn that I'm a terrible person who enjoys terrible things. Next one we have is death. How do I feel about death? Hey, Thea. Sure. Thea, how do you feel about death? Yeah, me too. I'm putting under the right circumstances because I think to a point it probably depends like who's dying, why, like how does it serve the story, like how, what, like I don't know. But I don't dislike it. I don't love it. I like it sometimes. I think it really just depends. A lot of the stuff that I read that's like tagged with death is like that is like dealing with the characters who already die in canon and dealing with that death, whether it be like them like about to die or like and like their subsequent dying, or like other characters like dealing with like grief and stuff. So I feel like that's a lot of what I do end up reading that has that, but like I don't dislike it, but I guess there's probably definitely going to be occasions where I'm like, no, I didn't mean like that. Like just everybody just randomly dying or like, I don't know. Okay, the next one we have is drugs.
That's what it said.
Okay. I'm going to put under not really my thing. I don't, like I want to put it under can take it or leave it, but like.
One of your stories, like they like mess with drugs. That
One
you're
of my
writing.
stories, they mess with drugs.
Like,
Right, because that's Yeah, you're right. Because, like, sometimes it can be, like, somebody's poisoning somebody else or, like, stuff like that. And, like, sometimes it's, like, medical stuff. But, like, I don't... But I don't, like, tend to go for... But I don't dislike... You're right. Because drugs can mean a lot of things. I'm moving this to under the right circumstances, then. Because I still don't vibe with it much when it is. I'm putting a take it or leave it, actually. I don't mind drugs being, like, present in a story, but I think it also, to a point, does depend, like, for me, how, like, in what way, if I'll enjoy it or not. But I think anything does depend in what way on some capacity. But I'm putting it in here. Put it towards the middle there. What?
Sorry, Theo was standing up on the bookshelf behind you.
Yeah, oops. Next one we have is enemies. I can't recall, like, a reading or, like, crossing over, like, enemies as just, like, a tag. But, like, it should be in everything I read. Because I feel like most of what I read, it's, like, characters who are... Not everything, but, like, a lot of what I read is, like, lovers to enemies kind of thing. So we're putting this up here. I feel like that's so much of my favorite ships are characters who are enemies that maybe weren't always enemies but are now, and that's, like, my favorite type of relationship dynamic in fiction. I think people who were at one point very close and trusted each other completely, and then something happened, it all went wrong, and then now they're trying to kill each other kind of vibe. That is the most delicious kind of story to me. And it's almost my entire AO3 history. Next one we have is Found Family, which is... I mean, I don't dislike it, but I don't go for, like, fluffy, cute stuff. I mean, I'm putting not really my thing because I don't tend to go for, like, fluffy fics more, and this feels more like a fluff kind of prompt. But I don't dislike it. I don't mind when it is in things if I am reading more, like, gen fics rather than, like, shippy stuff. Next one I have is fluff. I am not a fluff girly much. Not to say that I never read fluffy fics, but, like, I don't read fics that are, like, solely fluff. I don't think, for the most part. Like, I need some drama. I need something bad to happen to, like, make a story. Like, I don't want to watch people just be cute and sweet to each other. Next we have is happy ending. I'm gonna say I can take it or leave it, as long as the ending suits the story. I think, like, I've enjoyed a lot of stories that have a happy ending. I've enjoyed a lot of stories that have an unhappy ending. I've written plenty of both. I don't know that I really care if the ending is happy or not, just that I think the ending has to feel satisfying. Next we have is hurt comfort. See, I like the hurt, and then I'm like, but why do the comfort? Why can't we just do the hurt? But this is the double-edged sword. There's two parts to this. I have to like both parts. And I don't mind comfort, but, like, I'd rather we just do hurt. I'm gonna say under the right circumstances. Because sometimes comfort can work, but, like, the hurt needs to still be present. Like, can't fix it all. There still needs to be, like, lingering badness, I guess. I don't know. I guess it depends. I don't know. Hi. Do you have opinions on my ranking? Do you disagree with where I put that? We've already got a critic. The video's not even finished filming and I already have a critic. If you have opinions, I'd love to hear them. What do you think Thea would be into? What would Thea's top AO3 tags be?
I don't know. She's a grumpy old lady.
Yeah, she's grumpy. I feel like it would be like...
You're like into murder mysteries or something.
I feel like Thea's reading the most, like, dead dove fics. Me too, girly pop. Me too. Next thing we have is LGBTQ themes. I mean, as we said before, I'm gay. I'm reading a lot of very queer fics on AO3 and writing a lot of very queer stuff in general. So I'm going to go with I like this. Obviously, I like the gay shit. I'm gay. Next we have is lighthearted. Not really my thing. Sorry. I don't want things to be all I don't mind it always. Like, sometimes I can vibe more lighthearted fics when it's like in a funny way, I think sometimes. But like, I still want some amount of drama. I can't do pure fluff. Generally not my thing. Mental health issues is my next one. I'm gonna say I can take it or leave it. I don't at all mind it being present, but I'm not ever like excited or not excited to see it as a tag. I kind of just like, okay, moving on. Like, it's just there. Like, some characters have mental health issues. A lot of characters have mental health issues. A lot of people have mental health issues. But I don't know that it's like it being present in a fic really makes a difference for me most of the time. Next one we have is mythical beings and creatures. Part of me wants to put it down in the bottom under nope, but I guess there are occasionally like a couple fandoms where I'm like, okay, I'll accept this for this fandom. You know what I mean? Because like some do contain like a little bit of that within the canon, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. This can be present, I guess, because it does exist within the canon, so it's fine. It's just not something I as much want to dwell on. But like, I'm gonna put it under not really my thing for that reason, because it's not like a like. But I'm not a fantasy person. I'm not a sci-fi person for the most part. Like, but there are some fandoms I'm in that contain like sci-fi or fantasy elements, and so I simply have to deal with that in order to get to the divorce, which is what we're actually here for. Next one we have is romance, which is Stacey's favorite genre of book. She likes her little romance books. I don't want to watch people get together. I want to watch them get divorced. Because I have problems. How do we feel about romance? I read a lot of fics that are like shippy, but not usually in like a positive way. It's more like a toxic relationships kind of thing a lot of the time. Not always. Not always. There's plenty that are like, you know, stable and nice for the most part. I'm gonna say under the right circumstances. I feel like sometimes it can work, sometimes it doesn't work. I feel like it really depends on what kind of romance this is gonna be. Next one we have is slow build. It's like a slow burn romance type of thing, is what that means.
Sort of. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Or like
it takes a while to get to the plot.
Maybe.
I'm impatient. Like, if it takes too long to get to the plot and we're not even like doing anything fun in the meantime, and it's just like feels that I'm probably not gonna. I read and write way more one shots than I do like longer fics. I'm putting this in not really my thing, but I don't dislike it. Like, if it's an interesting enough premise, I'll be really patient. But like, I feel like, I don't know. I read a lot more shorter fics than I do longer ones. So that probably answers that. Next one we have is smut. Sexual stuff is always weird for me as an ace person. That being said, I do read a lot of fics that are like rated mature or explicit, so I'm putting it under I like this. Like, I enjoy it sometimes, depending on, actually, I'm moving this to under the right circumstances because it really does depend. Like, no, I don't know. No, it depends. Next we have is tension. What kind of tension? Doesn't say. So I'm gonna say I need more information. I'll put it in here. The next one we have is trauma. I enjoy when characters are dealing with their trauma. A lot of the time it's like, that's where all the, like, not all, but like a lot of like the most interesting plot elements are like the traumatic shit the character went through. And like that's where a lot of interesting story stuff would stem from, is like, okay, now how do we deal with that? How do we pick up life again after all the fucked up shit happened? I think that's a very interesting avenue to explore. And the last thing we have is violence. What a way to end. I live for the violence. I literally, favorite thing is to just sit and read torture fics. That's literally all I want. There's something deeply wrong with me. Yeah, I stand by this list. I'm shocked everything fit. I thought I was going to at some point have something where like one would just not fit and then it would go all the way to the end. I didn't have anything in the nope category. I didn't know what you were going to give me because there's definitely some tags that like I filter out always because they're just not something I'm comfortable reading, that I don't enjoy this, I don't like this, but none of those landed in this pile of Post-it notes. So that's fun. I should do this again sometime for sure. Find some more, another list or something, maybe in more specific categories of tags or just ranking other things. That could be fun. I'd love to do something like bookish as well. But right now I was in a very fanfic mood because I've been writing a lot of fan fiction lately. And I have a lot more on my list of stuff that I'm wanting to write, a lot of one-shots I want to write. And sorry if you can hear my dog barking. He's fine. And I'm in the middle of several longer fics that are not done and need to be updated by poor readers. But this was fun. Thank you for joining me on this. Thank you to Stacy for writing me all these. I love you. Thank you. This was fun. Now I gotta clean all this up. I will see you again soon. Bye.